How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. Boys, I like it when you drop by the shop. It's always a nicer day. Guess what? We had some snow last night, and we're going to try to do some plowing today. First real plowing of the winter. So come on along, let's go. So here we are in the tractor, getting started, getting the gloves on. I've already plowed a little bit because, like I had mentioned about having the camera set up in the landing, I had plowed quite a little bit, then I took a break, and when I went and checked my cameras, man, none of them were working. Not even the one in the cab. So anyway, I got this one in the cab fixed up, and the two outside ones I had, the batteries were dead. So I apologize for only the cab shots here. But anyway, we start here, this part anyways, we're going to plow just where I parked the car. So what I'm doing here is I'm pushing the snow up against the camp. Now, I had comments before from snow plowing videos asking, why do I push it against the camp? Why don't I clear all that away? But I find when I bank the snow up against the camp, it cuts down the draft, and it really makes the floors a lot warmer in the camp, and makes the camp totally warmer, actually. So it's a good idea to bank around the camp like that to keep the drafts out. So yeah, just a lot of back and forth plowing. So I've done some editing here to try to only show the highlights, or what I consider highlights. Maybe everybody would like to see the backing up parts, but it's hard enough to see out the windshield as it is. By the way, the cab on my tractor, it's not heated. You see I have the windshield cracked open there. The cab is not heated, and I get some more comments about that too. So why don't you heat your cab, you know, for plowing in the winter? Wouldn't that be nice? And it would be really nice to have a nice warm cab. But what I find is I dress for the winter when I go out to plow. So I have normally I would have like heavy insulated pants on, lined pants, and a heavy jacket, and winter boots. So I don't really need the heat in the cabin. And the reason I dress up like that, like with the heavy pants, the lined pants, and the winter jacket, is you never know when you're out plowing. Like, my lane is quite long, and sometimes I end up plowing the road along by the lake here. You never know when you could have a breakdown, and I would hate to get stuck like a long ways from the camp and have a breakdown and have to walk back home if I just had light pants and a shirt on, or a jacket, light jacket. So I dress for the elements. So it turns out I don't need heat. And when I leave my windshield cracked open like it is right there, it keeps the air movement over the windshield, and the windshield doesn't frost up. So I think it works out all right for me that way. So I don't mind it. So here I'm plowing down by the where the back fire pit is. We call it the back fire pit. Pushing the snow over. Whoops! I dumped over the old wood box. Oh well. It's one of the hazards of winter plowing. And when the first plow of the winter of the season too, you find all the stuff you forgot to put away. Although I knew the wood box was there, I didn't think it would tip over. So now we're plowing along. This is a little parking area that I clear, so that we'll have extra parking spaces. So that's along in back of the camp, and then I pushed the snow there, and the kids, I have a swing set built up for the kids, and then that's a set of monkey bars. So I'm coming down here and have to do a little bit of maneuvering here to get between the monkey bars and the swing set to push that snow back. But what I find, the reason I'm pushing the snow back so far is, especially for the first snows of the winter, you like to push the snow back as far as you can to get it as far out of the way as possible, so that you'll have more area to plow snow for the rest of the winter, because you never know, you could get a winter where there's lots of snow. So you always want to plow for the next storm. So I'm pushing the snow back as far as I can. So now we're going to make a cut down here and go under the swing set. No, we're going right next in between there again. Push that snow back. Alright, now we're back out, line it up. We're going to take a cut down and go right through the swing set this time. Not right through it, but you know, under where the swings are. And I haven't hung the swings up yet, so they're banging and smashing into the cab. But anyway, we can live with that. Oh, I guess maybe we can. I'm going to stop and get rid of those swings. So we'll toss that one up. There we go. Get that one out of the way. Now we'll tackle this fella, corral him, and get up over there, you. There you go. Look at that, first try. Alright, get back in. Notice that little handbar grip there I have on the cross member under the windshield. Man, oh man, that comes in handy. I used to grab onto the steering wheel every time when I get into the tractor and pull myself up, and there was 3 little rubber feet that steering mechanism mounts on. It's like a steering. It's a hydraulic steering. I don't know what they call it. I'm going to call it a pump, hydraulic steering pump. Anyway, that's just mounted under the cowling there on these 3 rubber feet. And when I was pulling on the steering wheel all the time, it crushed those rubber feet down so that they were near flat and had no more spring to them anymore. And the windshield was getting the steering wheel was getting right wobbly. So what I ended up doing was I replaced those rubber feet, and I installed that hand grip there on the cross member under the windshield. And now I use that to get in, and that sure is a big help. It's amazing how often I reach for that now. So do a little bit more plowing here along by the back deck, down by the ramp, and then I have to do a little maneuver here because I want to push this snow between the lawn chairs there and the ramp, and I want to push it down as far as I can, like I say earlier, to move it out of the way so that I'll have lots of room this winter for plowing, putting more snow in there. This is the fire pit in the side yard there that Nanny and I sit at and look out over the lake, and we oftentimes use that in the winter, so I like to keep that as clear as I can. So once more, taking a shot down here and push it into the woods as far as I can. A lot of twisting and turning when you're plowing, and your head's kind of like on a swivel because you're looking everywhere to make sure you're not bumping into stuff, especially in the close quarters. And that's a big advantage of having the subcompact tractor. Like, lots of people say, oh, I need a bigger tractor for plowing, and it would be really nice to have a bigger tractor for plowing. But for jigging in around, you know, like to get around the buildings and near the steps, and in this particular case, plowing down in front of the sugar shack and the woodshed, having a small tractor is really nice. But your head has to be on a swivel at all times just to check to make sure you're not bumping and banging into something, because it sure can be done. It's easy to do. I know that from experience. So we push some more snow down here. I'm pushing that snow right into a little trail I have that goes down to the lake, but I don't expect to be using that trail this winter, so I don't mind pushing the snow in there. So it's too bad that I lost all that video of plowing the lane, because I was right out to the road and plowed the lane good out there. It would have been nice to see all that, but maybe next snowstorm, eh? We've had a pretty good winter so far. It's been nice and open. This one snow that we had here, and then I don't know what's forecast. I think probably rain, because there's no frost in the ground yet, so this snow won't hang around, that's for sure. The lake I think froze maybe once before, and now it's froze over again, but like there's no amount of ice on it, so I expect, because there's no frost in the ground, like I say, this snow won't hang around, and the ice will go off the lake again probably before Christmas. But usually between Christmas and New Year's, in around that area, the lake will freeze over, and then it stays frozen until, you know, the middle of April, and it'll open up then, and everybody's back to being able to go on the lake again. So here's another little push that I'm making just to clear, basically just moving snow out of the way, so I'll have room to put more snow whenever that comes. And again, I have to maneuver the tractor in around like the lawn chairs, and then the recycling bin there, and there's a little garden swing beside the recycling bin, so I have to do a little stick handling to make sure they don't bang and push and crash things. And I find, you know, once you plow a couple of times, get that squared away, then the snow banks will line out where you can plow, so then you can kind of be a little bit more aggressive the next time. Alright, so we're finished plowing. I just want to show the chains on the tractor. They work good with the chain binders. But I have some snow build up here. You see it on the blade, so I have to do something to get that snow from sticking on there, to keep it from sticking on there. But these new chain binders that are made, I think they're working great. The chain stayed right in the middle, and there's still lots of good tension on them there. So those chain binders, glad I made them instead of buying them. Well, that was a plowing video. Sorry, it's not a real good one. I had a couple of cameras set up in the landing out there, you know, so I could get better views of the tractor plowing. But the cameras didn't work. Anyway, that's what happens, I guess. So I ended up with a cab view. So I did a little more, little narrating, I mean, to help break the, the monotony. The first snow, man oh man, the first snow is hard to plow, isn't it? You find out what all you left out and didn't put away before winter because you plow into it, plow it up, push it out of the way. You dig up your lane, like there's no frost in the ground, so you dig up your lane, dig up the landing, got gravel all over the lawn now. It's a mess. But anyway, the first plowing is over. It should get better from now on. Anyways, I hope you liked the video, and like I say, I apologize for just having a cab view, but my intentions were good. You know what? We're getting on pretty near to Christmas, eh? Christmas is a week or so away. So I hope wherever you are, you're able to celebrate Christmas. I know with what's going on with COVID around the world, it's just craziness, this COVID thing. It's eating our lunch for sure. But we have to be strong, and we have to just take it a little easy this time, and maybe we will get on top of it. But I hope wherever you are, you're able to celebrate Christmas in a nice, safe way. So Nanny and I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I hope next year it's a lot better and you can get with your family and friends, give them a big hug. Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll talk to you.